Now, we're joined by one of the survivors of the World Trade Center, and as we talk about the future, as we talk about security, we want to keep our focus on the struggle to find survivors of the World Trade Centers. Marlene, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
You're in a hospital bed at Bellevue, are you?
Yes, that's true.
Somebody told you to hold your head up so you can talk to me. Are you uncomfortable?
No, I'm okay. I'm feeling a lot better.
Yeah, okay, because if you want to put your head back, please do.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so tell me how you're feeling. How did you get there? What happened to you?
I worked for the Trade Center, one of the carpenters, and I was going to go do a job. And I got on the elevator, and the freight elevator, and I heard the first explosion, and the elevator blew up, the doors blew up, and it dropped, and I was lucky that the elevator got caught in between two floors.
Which floors?
The B levels, the basement levels,
right,
where all the all the mechanics are.
Right.
And with the screaming and yelling, other co-workers pulled the elevator guy out, and myself. I was laying there for about 40 minutes, and my boss couldn't wait for the EMS. He went crazy. He says, "Get her out of here, get her out of here." And he was able to get me out through Barker Street to the parking lot, and I want to thank him for saving me, because if I would have stood down there, I wouldn't have been here today.
At what point did you actually get out of the building?
When everything first started, according to the hospital, I was the first trauma patient that walked in here. So I was lucky to be one of the first, but after the first explosion, I was laying on the floor about 40 minutes.
And how well do you know that subterranean part of the World Trade Center?
Well, I worked for the building for 15 years. I think I know it from the back of my hand. Really, I didn't expect this bombing to occur after the first one, since I was in the first one also.
Right.
But when I heard that explosion, that's the first thing I thought was, here we go again, another bomb.
And as you lie there, and we're very glad that you've survived, obviously, how hurt are you at this point?
Well, I'm doing much better. My body feels like a truck fell on me, but I'm hanging in there. My leg is sprained. They thought it was broken, but lucky it's not broken. So I just need some therapy, and I'll be okay in a week or so. So
you were incredibly fortunate. Tell me.
Yes.
As you lie there thinking about the investigation and the attempt to find other people in that subterranean world of the World Trade Center, on which so much of the Trade Center collapsed, are you hopeful?
I am hopeful, yes, especially after 15 years working there. It's not just co-workers you worry about, but all the people you work with, the companies, the people you know after so many years. I pray and hope that, as much people possible survive.
Do you think it's possible that people have survived in the underground tunnels there?
Well, I hope, and anything's possible. If I made it out, a lot of people in worse situation, they made it out. I'm hoping, praying that they do too.
But are there underground tunnels, just because I haven't asked this before, which are strong enough in which people might have been protected from the force of this collapse?
I would say so. You're talking down 6 levels below, so the point is to get them out.
Tell me, how's your friend Arthur Del Bianco?
He's doing great. I was very emotional when I saw him. I'm happy to see him. Like I said, when I first got hurt, he was still fine. When I saw him, he was looking for other people because we heard the screams, and he was going around doors trying to break them through to see who he found. And just to see him that he got hurt, but not as severe, I'm happy to see he's okay. Because
he's with you, I gather, there in the hospital, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah. I'm just really curious, just one thing. This is really a very trivial thing. That's a nice Bellevue sign they put up behind you. That poster they put up behind you saying Bellevue Hospital, where you are?
Right.
Somebody come along and put that up?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. I don't see what's behind me.
There's a Bellevue Hospital sign. Well, we're very glad to hear from you, Marlene, and thank you very much. You've been in touch with your family and your friends?
Yes, everybody knows I'm okay. I've gotten phone calls from everybody. The hospital's been great.
Okay. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
It's Marlene Cruz, who survived the 1993 explosion, survived this, working in the basement. And it just happens. Bellevue is one of the great hospitals in the United States in so many respects. And when you go somewhere to do an interview, somebody always thinks they'd like to have something saying exactly who it is behind the people who are being interviewed. Absolutely appropriate. Let me just move on to a couple of small pieces of news. There's a little bit of confusion about the football schedule.